Hello, welcome to What the Flick, everybody. I'm Matt Atchity. This is Alonso Duralde. That's Christy, Lemire. We are talking about The Heat, which I didn't see because I'd rather take my wife out for our wedding anniversary than go to a screening.
I thought you were a serious critic.
You are. She would have liked this, though.
I'm not a serious anything.
No, but your wife is a badass chick, and this movie is about badass chicks. So I think she really would have liked it. So perhaps you guys can play catch up with it.
Maybe. The real issue is that Gabe didn't want to go see it.
Oh, this is true.
It is, and it's very R-rated.
It's super duper R. Thanks to Melissa McCarthy just being gonzo in general. Okay, so this is a twist on the mismatched buddy cop comedy. You have Sandra Bullock as the uptight FBI agent and Melissa McCarthy as the foul-mouthed, wild-card Boston police officer. They're forced to team up on some kind of investigation. Does it really matter at all? Take a look.
You are a solid agent. None of the other agents like you. Wait for my 3 count. You got a situation in Boston. I'm sending you up.
FBI, we recently got intel that you brought in a dealer, Terrell Rojas.
Hey, look who's here!
Detective Mullins isn't back from lunch yet.
Sure you won't mind?
Well, he's a she.
I'm gonna make you bend over, and I'm gonna reach up into your pocket and get the keys to your house. And then I'm gonna drive there and stab you with your own badge. That's what I'm gonna do. Let's loosen that up.
That was pretty awesome.
You are killing us out there. You don't fit in.
I am a federal agent.
What are those?
They're Spanx. They're Spanx. They just hold everything together. Why? What's gonna come popping out?
So I had a blast.
God.
I laughed my ass off.
Me too.
Like the entire time.
I was amazed at how funny this was because the trailers somehow don't quite convey. I mean, the trailers are funny, but the trailers also look really ugly, which granted, the movie kind of does too. And that's
in an 80s kind of way.
Yeah, it does. It has this really kind of
Oh, you know who
cinematography.
shot it? Robert Yeoman shot it, who shoots all the Wes Anderson stuff.
Really?
Yes.
Wow. Okay, so that was an intentional look.
It
then,
must
I
be.
guess.
It must be like an homage to 80s buddy cop comedies.
I guess.
It's a little dingy.
Yeah, so I wasn't crazy about that. But everything else, this movie is hysterical from start to finish. And yeah, I mean, we've seen this a million times, and the movie knows we've seen it a million times. This is the mismatched buddy cop movie. It's 48 hours, it's Freebie and the Bean, it's, Lethal Weapon, fill in the blank. But holy crap. Melissa McCarthy is, I just think, is a gem of talent that we have right now. Nails this character so well, just launches these lines that are so hilarious and so unprintable.
An entire tirade. It's like the whole scene where she's making fun of the captain, saying, "Have you seen the captain's balls?" And I guess that was one line, like one idea, and she just totally ran with it. So clearly a lot of improv took place here to let her be her. But
and I think that what she does brings the best out of Sandra Bullock because Sandra Bullock, I run very hot and cold with her, and I think a lot of times it's up to her co-star to kind of like, and I think that she is having to be at Melissa McCarthy's level, and so it's loosening her up a little. She can have fun with it, while at the same time playing this very sort of buttoned down, sort of prim and prickly character.
But Sandra Bullock is really good at laughing at herself. I think she's good at making fun of herself and making fun of her physicality. I mean, not that I'm a fan of the Miss Congeniality movies, but she can do that kind of awkward physical comedy really well.
Sure.
One thing I love too about this movie is that, yes, these are women who are devoted to their jobs. Right, but they're not in the vein of like the typical maybe Katherine Heigl character who is, married to her BlackBerry and has no time for a man. Like, I love that men throw themselves at Melissa McCarthy. She gets laid so much.
There's a running joke
where
she basically encounters like old one-night stands, and she's like, "Oh, brother," and they're like, "Why didn't you call?"
It's great, and I love that. And then Sandra Bullock character was married for a little while, so it's not like, oh, these are brittle women who don't know how to love.
These poor old maids.
It's like they're excellent at their jobs, and they've chosen their jobs over that part of their life for now. And, and I admire that it gives them that humanity and that wholeness.
Yeah, I mean, like the whole thing is that the Bullock character is super competent, but the worst people person in the world. Like her co-workers hate her, like nobody wants to deal with her. And over the course of the movie and working with McCarthy and with them becoming friends, she sort of softens up a bit and develops more of a human touch. What I love is that McCarthy doesn't have to learn anything. She doesn't get punished for anything. She doesn't have to meet anybody in the middle. She is herself throughout the film, and the film champions her for that.
I was thinking about that. I was thinking, okay, do they change each other? I mean, She maybe softens and gets a little sweeter toward
Little
the
bit,
end. She learns how to have a
maybe.
friend because she's not very good at making friends,
Yeah.
even within her own family.
Right.
They do hammer the Southie Irish trash joke that she comes from his family.
Her brothers are like the dude equivalent of those awful sisters in The Fighter. Remember that? Yeah, that's the thing with. And one of them is played by Joey McIntyre
Right.
of New Kids on the Block.
Right. There's a whole bit that shouldn't be funny repeatedly, but it is, where they can't say the word narc. Are you a
Yes.
knock? I'm sorry, am I a what?
knock.
Are you or are you not a knock? And so, again, like, it's an old joke. Yes, Boston accents are funny, but they make it work over and over
this is
again.
directed by Paul Feig, who
Yes.
did Bridesmaids, who was the creator of Freaks and Geeks, did a movie that I like that nobody saw called Unaccompanied Minors. And he, I think, really knows how he has a really good sense of comic timing, knowing when to let people improv, when to kind of loosen things up. Casts comedians in a lot of roles, which is interesting because, like, you've got Michael McDonald of Mad TV, who plays this sort of vicious drug lord with a knife fetish. And I don't know that a lot of other directors would have gone to Michael McDonald for that role, but it works. He's actually pretty good, I think.
Who else? Demian Bashir is in this.
Yes.
He is Sandra Bullock's boss at the FBI, and Michael Rappaport, who's always good to see him. He's one of her brothers.
I like that he casts a Hispanic as an FBI guy in a movie about a drug dealer. That's a
Nice.
bold move, I want
Yes.
to say.
Yeah, good supporting cast, good energy about it. I had fun.
This is super fun. It is, a lot of times we'll review comedies and I'll say, well, I laughed enough. I laughed enough times that it felt like it was worth going to the theater. I laughed a lot nonstop.
Yeah, they have crazy gangbusters chemistry with each other. It's really fun. So give me a number, please.
8.5.
I gave it 8.3. I don't really know why I made my number that low. It should be higher. I'm gonna say 8.5 too, just
Fine.
for uniformity. It's at
8.5.
It's 8.5. It's at 42% on the tomato meter.
Boo.
Again with
Don't
the
blame
fun,
me.
people. Again with the fun. Let's have some fun. It's summer. Bye.